Hey guys, Frankomatic here, and as promised, it is time to answer all the questions you guys submitted over the last week. I have Cess here to assist me in this endeavor so I can make it so that we're not looking at a black screen the whole time.
But first, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. You. Happy birthday, dear Frankomatic. Happy birthday to you. Hey.
Yay. So anyways.
You ready to go?
Yep.
Alright, the first one. I'm gonna butcher all of these names, so apologies in advance.
Oh my god.
Sadib says, I remember you did a video where you revealed your face, and you said that if anyone ever mailed you poisoned cookies, that you'd pack up and quit YouTube. That was a hilarious line that stuck with me for what might be over 10 years. Do you remember that?
I do remember that. It still stands, by the way. As soon as I get poisoned cookies and get poisoned, I'm out. Also possibly dead.
Alright. Next is... Oh my gosh, why?
Cool name.
Vlesh? Except upside down? Yo, I got a question for you, Frank. What's the first video you did, and what year? Because you've been on here for a long time, one of the first people I ever followed, and you had quite a backlog even then. I'd like to see when you first started on here and what it was.
You know, I meant to look this up, and I totally blanked. I didn't actually do it. But I believe the first one, vaguely in the style of how I do things now, was either Chuck Norris Super Kicks back in, like, 2007, or possibly Pac-Man 2, which would be around the same time frame. They're both garbage, though, so,
Alright, Console Cleric has a follow-up. Adding to that, what software did you use to make it?
I do believe, I haven't watched those in a while, but that was good old unregistered Hypercam 2. The meme. It's real.
And it's you. Alright, of Unplayed a Thing asks, what do you miss most about living in the US? And what do you think you'd miss most about living in Japan if you moved back?
About the US, I miss how, how do I say this? I guess easy, let's say, it was to get medical stuff, like, at least set up, as it is compared to here right now. I feel like that wouldn't be as much of a thing if my Japanese was better. But, I do not miss how expensive it is.
Yeah.
You can get a lot done here for really basically nothing.
Dirt cheap.
As for what I would miss here, I honestly, at the moment, think my answer is the job.
Wow.
Also, if you want to chime in on any of these, feel free, Cess.
What do I miss most about the US? Convenience. I miss convenience. I liked having a garbage disposal. That was great.
I miss our dishwasher.
Yeah, that was real pro, having a dishwasher. A clothes dryer that wasn't just our bathroom.
Here's my question for you. What's worse, the dryers here or the dryers in Greece?
The dryers in Greece, absolutely. Way worse. What would I miss about Japan? Yeah, the job.
It's a good job.
Also the mountains, but I can find mountains basically anywhere, so...
It's a good job for a lot of reasons. It's not a good job for also a lot of reasons, but I am enjoying it.
Also, if somebody mails poison cookies to us, I'm also out, just bouncing. Will not pick up the slack for you.
That's fine.
Alright, My O asks, what is Buddha?
Nirvana.
That's not correct, but okay, right, moving on. PI7 asks, how often do people tell you that as a content creator that you inspired them? I'm one of those people that you inspired to make something of my channel.
I think that makes like 2.
2? Alright! Lucid Earth asks, what's your favorite memory involving video games?
My favorite memory involving video games, huh?
Non-demo memory.
Probably being much younger and playing games like Zelda and some of the King's Quest games with my mom.
Oh my gosh, that's almost exactly like my answer, except instead of Zelda and King's Quest, it's Dragon Quest with my dad.
Those are really good times.
Yeah. Alright, let's see what's next. Console Cleric asks, what playthrough on your channel would you say is your favorite of all time? Most rewarding? Most challenging? So, top, most rewarding, and most challenging.
Top, probably the run-through I did of this game here. I feel like this is that was probably some of the best work I've ever done. My channel peaked there.
Alright.
All been downhill since then. Most rewarding, this is gonna sound ridiculous. I'm actually gonna say, Missing on Lost Island. That game was a treasure. A real bad treasure, but a treasure. And I'm happy that it entered my life, even though it's awful. Yeah, what was the last one?
Most challenging.
That's a tough call. Maybe Amagon? Amagon was pretty tough. Maybe Brainlord, because I gave up.
Sucker. Alright, for me, my favorite was probably King's Quest 6.
Yeah, that's fair.
That was a good time. Most rewarding... The most rewarding was suggesting for you to play Skull and Crossbones.
Most personally rewarding.
That made me very happy, and I'm still getting mileage out of it. And most challenging was... I don't know, have I ever actually played anything?
Henry Stickmin.
I did play Henry Stickmin. I played something else too, though, like... one of the Princess Makers games, maybe?
I don't remember what it was.
I don't remember.
I don't know that question really.
Yeah, that
counts
one.
for
That
you.
the most challenging does not apply to me. That's fine. I'm fine with that. All right. Alan Axford asks, ever played Blaster Master or any games in that series?
Yes, I have. I owned Blaster Master as a kid on the NES. And just recently I played through 0 and 02, and those are both excellent, and you should definitely play them if you can.
Alright, and then also, ever played Helena the Third? It is a fan-made clone.
No, I have not. I should probably look into that, though. That sounds interesting.
Alright, next, Riades is asking, have you ever made any Gunpla? If so, which?
I made a super cheap, tiny RX-78 Gundam. You might remember that.
Oh yeah, I do.
It is not here, though. I don't... Yeah, it broke. That's why. I would like to do more, but I don't really have anywhere to put them.
That's true. We don't even have a shelf. We have no shelves. A sad apartment for people with no money. Alright, next is... Undead Eggmeister. That is an excellent name. I have a question I always ask people. If you were a cookie, what kind of cookie would you be?
Chocolate chip. I have no reason.
Okay. I would be anise seed cookie. I have a reason, I'm not going to tell you. Alright, next.
That's rude.
I know. Lalani Bunny. I have a question, and it's the most super mega question of all. Do you and Cess have a kitty again?
Depends about what you mean. We have a number of kitties, but they ain't real.
They're all stuffed kitties. And I think I won all of them from UFO catchers.
You won all of them from the UFO catcher by my old apartment.
Yeah, that's
actually.
True.
The Taito
Specifically.
Station. And then they changed it out.
Because I won too many cats from it, they made it harder.
We walked out of there with like 4 cats that day.
And then Mom wanted us to go back so I could win her some cats too.
And then we couldn't.
I did. I got her 1 cat. But
that was hilarious, honestly.
yeah, that was a thing.
Anyways.
Alright. Crichton Zero. How do you and Cess feel about the work culture in Japan? Does it affect you much?
I don't like it. I feel like a lot of people really do bad things to themselves in the name of just working for no real gain. As for affecting us, I would say probably not really. What do you say?
I also hate the work culture as a thing. It does affect me, but only in that, because I'm a gal.
Yeah, you've got slightly different things to worry about than I do. Right.
The crap around men being the breadwinners, like, blows back on me in stupid ways. Which really should not, because I'm not whatever, but it doesn't matter.
I will say, though, that I do remember the first school I worked at here, I got praised for my work ethic, and my first thought was, am I putting too much into this?
I know, right? Everybody thinks that I'm like a serious hard worker. I was told today to take an hour break. No, that was yesterday. And I was like, I took an hour break. It was called lunch. Oh, you are a hard worker. I'm like, no, I don't know, I'm serious. Alright, moving on. Griff, 2501. I've got no real or deep question. It's the same as always. Any more covert action or Sword of the Samurai runs coming? Those have always been my favorite things of yours to rewatch.
I'm not gonna rule it out entirely. Those ones do make good things to just kind of come back to when I got nothing else in mind.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Okay. Trans Cowboy. If you were on a desert island and could only play one game, listen to one album, and eat one meal for the rest of your life, what would those things be? So first a game. You get one game.
That's a tough call. I feel like I could probably live on the amusing Englishy endings of Night Striker and the very good gameplay of Night Striker for quite a while, so I'll go with Night Striker.
Listen to one album.
I really have no opinion here. I'm not a big music listening person.
Eat one meal for the rest of your life.
This is the worst. I love food so much. If I get an unlimited supply of that curry you make.
Oh. Okay. Alright, let's see. For me, if I could only play a single game for the rest of my life, that would suck so hard.
It's gonna be a Dragon Quest.
Yeah, it's gonna be a Dragon Quest, you know it. It's gonna be Dragon Quest 4.
Don't even need to really waffle on. Are you sure about 3?
No, it's not gonna be 3. 4 is superior to 3. I'm gonna get flack for that one, but it is. Alright, and then listen to one album. My album is going to be a collection of Simon and Garfunkel songs that does not include Bridge Over Troubled Water, because that song sucks.
Ooh, throwing out them spicy takes today.
Yeah, that's me. Alright, then eat one meal for the rest of my life. It's going to be soup.
Just soup? Just generic soup?
Generic soup, because I can make a whole bunch of different kinds of delicious soup.
I feel like that's kind of cheating the question a little bit.
I always cheat that question.
It fits, though. It's technically not.
It's a meal. And it's soup. Alright, anyway, moving on. Follow-up question from same person. if Frank and Cess are or get married, we are. Does that make her Sessomatic?
I bet that's a question for you.
Inquiring minds want to know. Sessomatic, huh?
Sounds terrible to me.
It does not flow quite the same way, does it?
You can be if you want, and if you don't, I understand why you don't.
I mean... I guess I don't care, is the real answer. So if you want to, that's fine, and if you don't want to, that's also totally fine.
So there's the answer, yes and no.
Alright, moving on. Uncle Andros, which game do you think most deserves a sequel or remake, but is too obscure, and it will never happen?
That is going to be the answer I always give to this. Cubivore. Cubivore should have a sequel and will never get one. How about you?
Do I like anything that has never gotten a sequel?
I mean, you are kind of a mainstream.
Shill, yeah, that's me. Except for the indie stuff that I like that also has sequels, you know? So... deserves a sequel, though. What's that game where you're playing as the 7-Up spot?
Cool Spot?
Yeah, Cool Spot that deserves a sequel.
Did Cool Spot not get a sequel? You're right, it didn't, as far as I'm aware. Someone's gonna come in and say, yeah, here's the, like, the 6 sequels it got that we never heard of.
Yeah.
Cool Spot Quest, the franchise, continuing to this day, I'm pretty sure is not happening, but...
You know, I really liked Cool Spot, and then, like, the local pawn shop stole it from me, because we used to let... Well, not pawn shop, like, rental store. Because we used to let them borrow some of our games so that we could rent games from them for free. And then they were like, no, that was totally our game, that you never owned that. And, of course, we hadn't, like, taken pictures to prove it or anything. It was the early 90s, I want to say. And we didn't, like, think people were going to screw us in the middle of nowhere, so... Alright, next.
If you heard that, that was my controller deciding to die for a second there.
Cool. Foxman, you like jazz? No, really, I'm dying to know.
Jazz is alright.
I hate jazz.
I acquired a taste for it back at the bank.
Hate is a strong word. I don't hate jazz, but I would rather listen to most other things except for country.
Thank you, Armando, for giving me a taste for jazz, basically.
Alright, all joking aside, pleasant birthday, wishes, etc., etc. Cool salute that nobody can see.
Yeah.
Lady Mappy asks, no questions. Oh, does not ask anything. I just wish that you'll have a happy birthday. Asks that you have a happy birthday. Ha! Got it.
Well, I did.
Nailed it. Alright. Beyond Human.
Beyond. Are you sure it's not beyond?
There's no Y.
Alright.
Do you have a Switch? Yes.
Yes.
And if you do, would you make some videos covering some of the obscure games they keep putting on the online service?
Well, I do have a Switch. I do not have the ability to record from my Switch. Which, makes that latter thing difficult, but I can, of course, always just, you know, look at what's up there and see if there's anything that I think is worth recording and do it the way I do everything else. So maybe. I haven't looked in a while and seen what they put up there.
Anonymous. The one game from the 80s you'd wish got a remake.
From the 80s. Apparently I really need new batteries right now.
Hold on.
From the 80s. This is gonna be a weird one, but that's, I guess, fits my whole deal. You remember that Rambo game that was basically just Zelda 2 with a Rambo skin on it? I want them to remake that basically untouched except for better graphics. And that would make me very happy for no real reason. How about you?
I want a completely remastered Phantasy Star.
Picking something good.
I want the dungeons to not make me want to end playing all games forever. Alright, next is Lycanthrokeith. Happy birthday! Question: what game disappointed you the most? And what game were you most pleasantly surprised by?
Disappointed. I really wanted that Ghostbusters game that came out a couple of years back to be better.
Oh, I remember that, and we tried so hard to like it.
I really wanted that to be better than it ended up being. Pleasantly surprised. I'm actually gonna go with good old Demon's Souls, I think. Because I expected that to be terrible, and while, in a sense, it is. It was like a good kind of terrible. I guess you can also theoretically ask, or add, Missing on Lost Island to that. Again, another thing that I expected to be probably bad, because I had no idea what it was. But...
Haha, I saw that. Alright, for me, the game that disappointed me the most was... Wait, no, I'm gonna pass that. Most pleasantly surprised by was... Assassin's Creed Odyssey. But it surprised me so much because it gave me all the nostalgic feels from my time in Greece. And I didn't expect that to be accurate enough to do that by visuals alone. Alright, and then...
That little bug is back.
Most disappointing. I had an answer and then I totally forgot listening to yours. What did I think was going to be really good and then really wasn't? Oh well, it doesn't matter. These questions are for you. DeJones95 asks, happy early birthday! Well, except it's not early anymore, but at the time it was. To the greatest YouTuber, in my opinion, in the entire world!
That's a lie.
It's my opinion, too.
You don't count.
I hope you have an awesome day, Frankomatic. You rule, man. You rock, dude. That was not a question. I apologize. I shouldn't have said ask if I did.
You probably did. I wasn't paying attention that much.
I wasn't either. Alright. Elric of Melnibone. Happy birthday! What's your favorite Ultima game, assuming it's a series you've played?
I've not played them, but I've done a lot of reading and looking at them. And I would probably go with 3.
I don't know their numbers, but mine is Quest of the Avatar.
That is 4, I believe.
Okay.
Apparently we're never going to clear this stage, so this is going to be the background for the rest of the video.
Cool, cool. Chibi Fighter. Happy early birthday, Frank, and my question goes to both you and Sis. Haha, suckers, we've been answering both of them, both of us, all. Whatever. My words are good.
Yeah, that was excellently phrased. Good job.
This is what you get for asking me to do this after work.
Well, I couldn't do it at work.
That's true. What have you two been playing, video game-wise, lately?
We have been playing Miitopia.
Mm-hmm.
Sess has been playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Yep.
And I am planning to actually start up my first ever attempt at Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne. Soonish.
I owned it in the past. I also want to add that we were playing, and probably will pick back up again in a while, Saga Frontier.
Ah, yes. I forgot.
And I may or may not actually go back to Pokemon Snap. Unknown at this time. I was most pleasantly surprised by that game that I bought that was about, like, decoding language. I don't
Oh
remember
yeah,
the
that was
name of
good.
it.
The fact that you don't remember the name of it completely makes that pointless.
It does, but it was really, really good. It's on Steam. I don't know. It's really good. The archaeologist in me really loved it. Whatever. Nobody will ever be able to find it from that. Okay, moving on. Says, would you and Cess be up for doing a play of Tombs and Treasure for NES together? It's a pretty obscure point-and-click adventure game with some snarky humor.
That sounds like it would be right up my kind of alley, but that probably is something I would need to pre-play through once first to make sure I could actually get through it. So, I'm not gonna say no. As a distinct perhaps.
Arcturesians. Will you ever do a Let's Play of Vinyl Goddess from Mars? It was initially going to be a sequel to Jill of the Jungle, but was changed before release. Also, if I'm not mistaken, the music was made by the same person. It's less abrasive, though. Happy birthday, by the way.
I have never played it before, but, you know, maybe I'll give it a shot. I don't know. I like Jill of the Jungle. Oh, there's spikes there. Whoops.
Anani 1200. How do you type with boxing gloves on?
Just fine, thanks.
My answer is with my nose.
Good answer.
Yeah, I know. Link Snowcat. Meow. Happy birthday. Is there cake?
No, there isn't. In fact.
That's not a lie. There is no cake.
We don't have the means to make a cake.
We have the implement with which to make it, but not the ingredients.
What will we be making it in?
The air cooker.
Oh yeah, that can do that, can't it?
It can. I've never done it, but theoretically it should be possible. But we don't have any, like, baking soda or powder in it, so it would be, like, flat, gross. And the only flour we have is rye flour, so I think it would be really weird.
Ah, my delicious rye cake.
Alright, let's see. Oh, this is... let's see. How do I read this?
Just guess.
I'll just read it. When is it obscure game theater more than obscure game theater? Okay, wait, no, okay. When is it obscure game theater more than obscure game theater? Obscure game theater more than obscure game theater.
Every time. Basically. I think the only actually maybe obscure game is Missing on Lost Island, and maybe Forbidden Forest 3.
Skull and Crossbones.
I don't know, I feel like people somehow knew that one.
Nobody knew it. Moving on. Dirty Me. How fast does an 8-bit cheetah run compared to its 16 and 32-bit counterparts?
According to Cheetah Men, very slowly. Also a probable glitch through the floor.
Does Pac-Man ever need to unpack poo?
Not since eating that gum monster.
How do you feel about the rising cost of video games lately, some reaching $70?
Capitalism. It is what it is.
personally am fine with it, but I don't like when it costs like $70 to $90, and then also there's transactions in it. Because I'm like, if you're gonna charge that much, just like charge me a little bit more and force me to buy the whole thing.
That's fair.
Alright. Why won't Laura Croft text me back? Not me. Dirty me.
Probably doesn't get signal out in those tombs.
What type of body lotion does Kasumi, that was me, by the way, from Dead or Alive use?
No idea.
What is your holy grail of gaming? The one game you've been looking for, or you already have?
I think the closest thing to that is my one regret would be not picking up Snatcher when I saw it in Nebraska.
Oh, but it was so expensive.
It's always going to be that expensive is the thing.
I can't believe you regret that.
Well,
Alright.
I mean, we're never going to see it again, so...
You don't know, we might go back to Nebraska and find it again.
There's like a 0% chance it'll still be there.
You don't know Nebraska. Let's see. For me, it would be actually having the NES cart of Dragon Quest, except it was Dragon Warrior 4. And we found it in a pawn shop for $10. No book. No box. But we found it. And that is the Holy Grail. Alright, and then the last question in the set. Do you ever play video games without shoes on?
Pretty much all the time.
Do you ever play video games with shoes on? Like, that's a me question.
At the arcade.
Oh yeah, that's true, okay. XH1927. Happy birthday, Franco. Can't think of any pressing questions, just have a good one.
Alright.
BW 3011. Question. I've been squatting on the Frankomatic subreddit for a long time in case you needed it. Would you like to take it over?
If I do, I'll promptly forget that it exists, so I'm gonna pass, I think.
Word on the wind. How are Tommy and other cat, Leroy, doing? Any feasibility in visiting them or having them come to Japan in the next year? In the next year, probably not. The pandemic has made it so nobody can come to Japan outside of, like, business people.
Yeah, and if we leave, we won't be able to come back, so...
Yeah, so...
They're doing well enough. We get pictures.
Yeah. They have happy lives.
They're old, but, you know, that happens.
A Wolf81 asks, what do you do for a living? You were an English teacher at one point, correct?
Yep, still am.
Teaching
Sorta.
English in Japan. It's fun.
I feel like calling me a teacher is a little bit of a stretch.
The
but,
kids don't call you a teacher, though.
They do. They do all call me a teacher. That's because they're dumb children and don't know any better.
That's because, to them, anybody who comes in and is an adult and not a parent in their school is a teacher.
That is a pretty accurate description.
Yeah, right? Alright. Yanya the First. Happy birthday! Bit of a random question, but I noticed a bunch of ads are playing before your videos now. I was curious if you turned them on or if that was the new YouTube policy thing that monetizes every channel. I ask because I definitely want to support the OGT, and if they are your ads, I know to watch them / not skip them. But if it's just YouTube being a terrible website capitalizing on your audience for their own gain, well, I don't want to support that. Hope you and Seth are doing well.
That is just YouTube. My channel is not, and most likely will never be monetized. Because I don't need the money from this. This is just for fun.
Yay. You teach English to children.
To make just enough money to live mostly comfortably.
Except for shelves, we don't have any of those. We could, but we don't. Alright, moving on. Book found. Happy birthday! What franchise crossover would you be most excited to see? Mine would be Detective Conan / Captain Tsubasa.
That would be pretty good, actually.
I know, right?
Let's see, what would I want to see? Man, that's a tough one. Let's say... Yu Yu Hakusho and Saint Seiya. I don't know how those two would go together at all, but it would be interesting to see them try. How about you? Actually, I got another one that would be interesting.
Okay, go ahead.
Sailor Moon and Cardcaptor Sakura.
I don't know how they do it. I was thinking about that, but I'm like...
It wouldn't, like...
It just wouldn't work.
It would have to be, like, Chibiusa. And maybe Usagi.
It still wouldn't work because they, like, too OP'd Sailor Moon and her daughter, and it would kind of, like, take away any amount of interesting from Sakura. Because she's just a magic girl with carbs.
You know what'd be real good? More clear card.
I know, I want more clear card. Where is it? We can buy the manga and read it, though. So, I mean, that's on us. Let's see. I would like to see... Grimm's Fairy Tale Classics crossed over with Cardcaptor Sakura.
Yeah, I can see that.
Sakura just being a protagonist in all of the fairy tales. I'd be down for that. Alright, next question in this set is, what is your favorite webcomic? Mine would be Awkward Zombie by Katie Teedrich. I got mine.
Awkward Zombie is pretty good. But I kind of like Saturday morning breakfast cereal. I think that's my, the one webcomic I follow without missing.
Mine is finished, but it's Let's Speak English by Mary Cagle.
That is also very good.
It's very powerful, it's really excellent. It's about her adventures doing our job, and it's, first of all, very accurate, and second of all, very hilarious.
Yes, you should absolutely read that if you have the time.
Alright. Also, if you at all want to know what doing the job of teaching English to children in Japan is like...
It's not too far off the mark.
Yeah. It's very accurate to life. Alright. Next is... If Cess got into Let's Play scene... No, wait. Is that right? Yeah. If Cess got into the Let's Play scene before Frank, what would her channel be called? I guess that's a question for me.
You don't even know.
It'd probably be something really lame, like...
Dragon Quest.
No. Pants playing? Something like that.
Man, I haven't brought out the pants in quite a while.
Yeah, but it's because I used to put pants into everything back when I was making a bunch of those accounts, and if I had made my channel before your channel was made,
you would have been doing
it would have
that
been
still,
around that time frame that I was still putting pants into everything, but I would have had to have an emotion with it, so it would have been like, I don't know, bored pants playing or something like that.
Alright, cheery pants.
Exactly. What was my other pants? I had another pants, and I don't remember what emotion they had. I don't know. They were all emotional pants.
Angry pants.
I don't think it was angry.
Yeah, I don't think you had the angry pants, and that was somebody else.
Wasn't it Happy Pants? I think it was Happy Pants.
It might have been Happy Pants.
So I guess maybe I would have to be all happy emotions.
Amused Pants.
Pleased Pants plays. Bam.
Got that
Alright.
alliteration in there. Good job.
Alright, what video game... This is the last in the set. What video game do you most regret buying / playing minus Spore?
Let's see. The Bouncer.
Fallout 3. Still mad. I'm still mad, bro. I'll never get over it.
You didn't even buy that, I did.
But I regret that I played it. And it's a slash. I regret that you paid money for it and I played it. Ugh, just awful. Alright, and here it is. We've reached the last comment. Moodalord. Among all your LPs, which is your favorite and least favorite?
My favorite... I'm gonna go with... The King's Quest collection. The whole set of them.
Okay.
Least favorite. Skull and Crossbones.
Hey!
Okay,
What?
no, not Skull and Crossbones.
Your least favorite was Brainlord, and you know it.
Yeah. With a close second being Challenge of the Dragon, which is also a close second for thing I regret playing.
And... your answer reminded me of the game that most disappointed me. I should have said the later chapters of the King's Quest where Graham's old.
Yeah!
Because the first one was so good, and then, like, everyone after that was just kind of disappointing.
Yeah. Yeah. That started out so strong. I got it back for a second in the third game with the, Girls in the Tower. And the constant references to Girl in the Tower. Which I feel like I might be the only person that actually appreciated.
No, I was pretty amused. Not as amused, but pretty amused. Let's see. Okay, in terms of the channel, my most favorite...
And least favorite.
I don't know, I feel like I mentally block the crap I don't like.
Without missing on Lost Island.
I don't remember doing that. Was I there with you?
Were you?
I don't even remember what the game is, so...
It's with Tim.
Wait, that seems kind of familiar. Yeah, I must have been there. I don't know, like
and it
I
had
said...
the ending where he goes back in time to the dinosaur land and gets eaten by a dinosaur for no obvious reason.
No, I don't remember. Oh, I should have said the game that deserves a sequel is Lost Eden.
That legit did, actually, deserve a
That game
sequel.
was really good.
It ended on, like, a sequel hook too. Actually, it ended really stupidly. Like, welp, I guess the dinosaurs are done for. Oh well. Thanks for everything, I guess. Time to go die.
So, I'm just, like, retconning my answers now, but that one is the one that deserves a sequel that's obscure. Because I'm pretty sure nobody had heard of it other than me.
Anyways, back to your most and least favorites.
I had a really good time making you play this game that you'd never heard of before, of Lost Eden. That made me very happy.
I assume some of my reactions to some of the real dumb stuff that game ended up doing were probably good.
Yep. I enjoyed that too. So that maybe, I'm not sure that topped the amount of fun that I had doing the King's Quest stuff, but I do remember it very fondly. And then least favorite, I, again, just can't remember. I'm sure that there were games, because I know that there were games where you were like, come along with me on these ones, and it was physically painful for me to make it all the way through to the end of a recording.
It's because you don't like video games.
I do like video games, I just don't like whatever on earth you were doing.
You act like you like video games, but you don't.
I do like video games.
Name one video game.
Yes.
That ain't a video game.
How do you know?
Because the only video game is no.
That's not true. And you know it.
Anyways, since we're not gonna get an answer to this last one, I guess that's it.
Wait, what was the question?
Your least favorite.
Um, my least favorite was this one.
This one, right now?
No, that's a lie. I'm sorry, I lied.
How about the Crusader games?
Don't remember those.
Red Man shoots people.
Nope, that brings up no memories.
How about Little Big Adventure?
Little Big Adventure. Yes! That one! I hated that one so much! Okay, that's the winner. The winner.
Did you hate that one, or did you hate the sequel more?
That's an excellent question.
Because I know you weren't fond of either of them.
I hated the sequel more. No, but I might have hated the Schnibble more.
You were not a fan of poor old Woodruff.
I really, really hated that.
Why?
I don't know. It just grinded on my nerves.
I put so much effort into making that recordable, too.
I mean, nothing against what you did, it's just the game itself was awful. And annoying.
We're gonna have to agree or disagree. It is annoying. But
that's why I didn't like annoying, and you do like annoying.
I think it would damage the artistic integrity of the piece if it was not annoying. What about the Goblins games?
The Goblins games? I don't remember those.
I think I only did 3. I don't know if you were here for it, actually. So I'm gonna be valid. They were weird point-and-click adventure games. Kinda like Woodruff, but they actually made a modicum of sense in points.
I don't know. Yeah, a big part of my problem is that I just don't have a memory.
Yeah. What's her name again?
Huh? Who are you?
Where are we?
When are we?
I'm pretty sure I'm 38 now. That means I'm about due for amnesia, right?
No.
Amnesia, yeah. That just happens when you hit a certain age.
Not how that works.
It is now.
No. Denied.
Anyways, I think that's that. Thank you everyone for the questions. Might be something I'll have to do again at some point. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe not.
Happy birthday to you!
No, we don't need another round of that.
Oh.
Anyways, with Mario's suicide, I think that's it. So, later guys.